Sports have the power to transform lives. I know because they transformed mine. My name is Brandon Steiner. As a kid growing up in Brooklyn, I used to dream about making it big as a professional athlete. Years later, I would create a sports collectibles and marketing empire based solely on the love of the game. I've done business with or met just about every sports icon around, and I've enjoyed the spoils of success. But now, I'm paying it forward with the help of some champions I've met along the way. Join me as I explore the remarkable humanitarian power of sports on The Hookup. On today's episode, we hook up the police department, we hook up the sanitation department, and I'll hook you up with two New York superstars when I sit down with Henrik Lundqvist.
You know, all those big victories at home, it's something that you live for as an athlete and especially as a Ranger.
And Derek Jeter, who ended one of the greatest careers in all of sports.
The thing is Brandon and Steiner Sports come and they take everything from my locker. I'm not making this up. I got a new chair every time I go from a road trip. There's a new sign up top. There's jerseys gone, pants are gone.
It's not me going in there, sneaking in and
pants are gone.
Quite like that.
Am I lying though? Am I lying?
Not really. Welcome to The Hookup. Hi, I'm Brandon Steiner. We're here at Steiner Sports Marketing corporate offices in New Rochelle, New York. We all would agree we've recently seen the end of an era. So recently I sat down in Midtown with some of Jeter's biggest fans to find out what was on the captain's mind and a few other things.
The seats are very uncomfortable, man.
Well, I have to get you a little on edge.
Yeah, right.
I mean, I can't just let you get too cozy here. Like a couch is not David Letterman. I mean, so I have to ask you this.
You don't have to.
Just between us.
You don't have to.
I mean, you've had a whole year. You still look marvelous. I mean, can we talk you out of this and maybe have you come back?
No, this is it. This is my last year now.
Are you sure?
Positive.
Like on a scale of 1 to 100?
Which one is going home?
So, we've talked a lot about preparation. Mm-hmm. Like, how have you planned for retirement? Like, what's going on? You know?
I've had things in the works, but I've always had a tough time focusing on more than one thing. I've spent my entire life pretty much focusing on this job, so I'll have plenty of things to focus on when my career is over with, but we still have games left.
Are things still up in the air as far as your plan?
Up in the air?
Yeah. As far as what you're going to do? Have you been in some senior homes, assisted living? Have you...
Brandon is twice my age, by the way. So
yeah, as you've been getting older, I've been getting older, which is criminal.
Yeah, we all are getting older here.
Yeah.
But I'm making no plans at the beginning. I don't want plans. Yeah, I've been on a schedule my entire life, so. I apologize if I don't know where my feet are supposed to go. I mean, this chair's got me messed up.
Well, I was thinking that we had done that thing up in the office when you had the boot on you,
right.
And we were trying to get you. So for some reason I thought this was going to work, right. But obviously, not one of my smarter things we did here. But this is all me. I mean, let's get the bar stools. Which, by the way, let's actually make this a positive thing. Let's auction it. You know what we'll do is we're going to auction these off. We'll have Derek sign them, and all the money will go to turn 2. I don't know. These are pretty cool. These are from the old stadium, these chairs. Because we had no idea what to do with all these seats. So we're trying to diversify the approach. So that's how we came to that. Do you have any of these in your sports room?
I do, Brandon.
A couple bar stools?
Not bar stools, but
seats.
You gave me some seats. The ones I crashed into in the stands.
The one that nobody was sitting there.
Yeah.
I would say, who did you look up to when you were a kid? Who did you look up to? Who was your role model?
Dave Winfield was my guy, yeah. He was, for all these younger kids in here that actually don't go outside and play, they sit at home and play video games or they specialize in one sport. Dave was drafted in baseball, basketball, and football. He's the only player still to this day to be drafted in all three, so he pretty much did everything.
You had a game. I mean, you played besides baseball. What was your second sport?
Basketball, yeah.
Shooter?
I was, yes.
Probably a ball hog. Or no?
That came down deep. I mean, you didn't even ask. You just accused me of it.
Well, I mean, can you imagine?
You
probably one of the, we got to give the ball to Jeter. You probably go in the huddle. It's, you're probably tough to guard. You're tall.
You can have it. How long are we up here for?
We got a few more minutes.
I'll
but
get you back.
I'm feeling like I figured, I said this to Mariano. We haven't quite gotten it together yet, but we got to go play a little 2-on-2 or 3-on-3. That's what I've been dying. It's like that's on my bucket list to see if he can see what kind of game he's got.
Well, all right. Well, first of all,
what?
Brandon thinks he's an athlete. Now we had a this was a couple years ago. He, with a straight face, told me that he believes that he could get a hit off of Mo.
I said I could foul tip or at least get a bat on the ball.
I mean, I don't really have to say anything else. You guys know.
I would have loved that moment, but I said to Mariano, I said, look, we're ready to put up like $100,000 to see if this can happen. And then I said, but you can't be brushing me in, you can't hit me, because I would be in the hospital, obviously. And that was pretty much the end. She said, I don't know, I can't promise you that. I'm like, oh, God. Outside of baseball, if you didn't become a baseball player, what would be your second sport to play, professionally?
Well, first of all, I don't think I could play another sport professionally. I'm not like you. I'm extremely honest with myself, but I mean, I like playing basketball. I was scared to play football. It's just too much, but I enjoy basketball.
I would have foul tipped Mariano, trust me. The first day off after you finish playing, whenever that may be coming up, just sleeping late, or what's the first thing you want to do?
Well, you're trying to schedule a signing, but I'm not going to do that on the first day off. So that's not going to happen. I don't know. When the season's over with, I usually sleep for a while. You got to unwind because it's a long year. So I think more so mentally than you do physically.
You collected anything? Anything you're going to save from this last year, collectible-wise? You're a little bit of a closet collector.
Yeah, somewhat. But see, the thing is Brandon and Steiner Sports come and they take everything from my locker. I'm not making this up. I got a new chair every time I go from a road trip. There's a new sign up top. There's jerseys gone, pants are gone.
It's not me going in there, sneaking in and
pants are gone.
Quite like that.
Am I lying, though? Am I lying?
Not really. I mean, can you help it? I can't help it. I mean, everybody, it's your fault. Everybody really wants your stuff.
So if I want anything, I got to walk out in full uniform and just go home and that is it.
So if you see Derek this week in the parking lot dressed in his full uniform, you understand what happened. Is it hard to stay honestly, with the run you've had and everything, is it hard to stay humble? Is it something you got to really?
No, because it's a very, very humbling game, and I just, ever since I was younger, I just never really liked people that talked about themselves all the time. It's just something that irritated me. So we play a humbling game, and the people around me keep me grounded.
Well, we really appreciate everything you did for us at Steiner,
you.
And the partnership's been amazing. And you've just been amazing, really,
Thank
to work
you very
with.
much.
It's been a real pleasure and an honor. And we hope we could do this a bunch more in the upcoming years as well.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Wow, that was great. More Derek Jeter later in the show. But when we come back, we hook up the police department. We hook up the sanitation department. And we do a sit-down with Henrik Lundqvist, the New York Ranger goalie.
Reliable starters. An amazing farm system. Incomparable closers. And championship rings. This is NYY Steak. Straight from the legendary stadium to the heart of Manhattan at 7 West 51st Street.
Celebrate Derek's legendary career with this commemorative final season bat from Steiner Sports. Each bat features the official final season logo and engraving with his career statistics. Reserve yours for just $199.99. And for a limited time, you can also receive an exclusive Derek Jeter final season baseball with Yankee pinstripe stitching and a custom display case. Visit SteinerSports.com or call 800-759-SCORE today.
Welcome back to The Hookup. I'm Brandon Steiner. Well, this next hookup, we all know how important the police department is in New York City. And I decided to do a hookup in probably one of the densest populations in New York, Precinct 44, 190,000 people in a 2-mile radius. So we decided to put some Yankee memorabilia, fix up their lounge, and also brought a legend who had tremendous success under the security of Precinct 44. We just want to thank you for all your hard work, service. It's just amazing the job you do that probably we don't even consider how safe we feel when we're at Yankee Stadium. You go to a game with so many people there. And being that it was the 44th precinct, there's nobody number 44. So on behalf of myself, Steiner Sports, the Yankees, Reggie, Yankee Steiner, we're just so grateful for all the hard work and everything you do. And we really wanted to decorate this lounge in dedication also to one of the great Yankees of all time, 44. So you'll see everything, Reggie, over these next few weeks. We're going to continue to complete and finish this lounge on behalf of Reggie, and then all the hard work that you guys provide and all the things you do for us every day.
Yeah, I'd really say Yankees first. I'm really not Reggie without the Yankees and those pinstripes behind you with the jersey on the wall. And when I heard about the 44th precinct, I was excited. I came in this morning, I had the lady say, "Hey, you stop," so it was pretty cool. And I said, no, I'm 44. Yeah, there she is right there. But, it's a good time, it's a good experience. And to be able to come into the Bronx and be at the 44th precinct is just a great experience for me. It's a lot of fun. I guess in my life it's been full of fun and great experiences, and this is another one. This will not be the last time I come here. I'm gonna come in here like it's home. From me, remembering way back in the 70s, especially 77, we were about to clinch the World Series, and the police are on the field, and the horses are there and all that stuff. It's just a fabulous experience now, and largely because of the Precinct 44 and the police officers and safety and the comfort level that everybody enjoys the experience now around Yankee Stadium, because it's so well supported by the police force here. So I'm thrilled to be a part of it.
We all got a chance to sit and talk while we were fed an incredible lunch, courtesy of New York Yankee Steak in New York City. And then we were given the opportunity to meet the family members of New York's finest, who recently gave their lives for this city and its people. Dennis Guerra was a cop, just like his detective father. Dennis responded to an arson fire on the 13th floor of a Coney Island apartment building where he was overcome by toxic smoke that ended his life. He left behind a wife and 4 kids. It was hard to lose your dad and your husband. So brave what he had done. Something you want to say about, something we could share about him?
I want to say something.
Sure.
He was a funny guy.
He was a funny guy. Anything particular?
Well, one day he saved the baby in the burning car.
Really? Was your father a hero?
Yes, he was.
Is there anything you want to say to people out there?
I want to say something.
You want to say something else? Go ahead.
I just want to say that I hope those cops out there be very safe out there.
Well, thank you. That's very nice. And we also hope they stay safe. And it's not just officers who are giving their lives for us. Kayanarat Rashinge was a 71-year-old civilian member of the NYPD working as a traffic enforcement agent when he was run over by a truck. The Sri Lankan immigrant leaves behind a devastated wife and daughter. I'm so sorry for your loss, and I'm sure that it's just got to have turned your family upside down. But we appreciate, we know that his dedication and the fact that he took risk every day it's just unimaginable. The gratitude that the city should have for people that do this, and your husband included. We can't really get our arms wrapped around really how big a loss this really is for you.
Yeah, it's a big loss. We can't bear. I can't imagine what happened to him.
Yes. I hope you all go to nycpba.org/fund in order to help the Widows and Children's Fund.
Celebrate Derek Jeter's legendary career with this commemorative final season bat from Steiner Sports. Each bat features the official final season logo and engraving with his career statistics. Reserve yours today for just $199.99. And check out our exclusive Yankees Legends Bat Series honoring Joe Torre, Paul O'Neill, Tino Martinez, Jorge Posada, and Bernie Williams at steinersports.com or call 800-759-SCORE today.
Welcome back to The Hookup. I'm Brandon Steiner. If you saw our last show, Henrik Lundqvist, Rangers superstar goalie, surprised John Hudson, an amazing young man, with a great hookup. We also had an opportunity to sit down with Henrik, talk about last season, this season coming up, and also his relationship with the people of New York. There are a lot of years where, people really liked you. People really love you. You're a beloved character in this town now. You've earned the respect. You're a part of it now. I mean, you are now part of New York fabric, especially after what happened this past season. Are you feeling have you feeling that elevation and the love?
Feeling the love. The fans been great. The New Yorkers been great, and obviously it was hard not to feel the excitement last spring, and then going into the conference final and beating Montreal, and then going into the final, walking on the street. People were excited. So were we. The players and the entire organization. It was a great moment for us.
How hard? Though, how hard? I know you left town, you were Ricochet Rabbit. Bing, bing, bing! I'm like, where'd he go? And I said, wow, he really took that loss hard. Was it as hard as it seemed, or when you lose in that way?
It was tough, but it's a fine line. You're in a position or in a moment where, you worked so hard to get there, and you're exactly where you want to be, but then it ends a little too early, and you come up short, and it stinks big in the first few weeks, and you try to analyze everything, but then you start to appreciate all the good times. And there were so many last year, with outdoor games at Yankee Stadium, the way we turned the season around, going into the playoffs, and even turned the playoffs around, especially in the second round against Pittsburgh. So a lot of great moments we shared in the locker room and with the fans, especially at the Garden. Something that I'll remember. All those big victories at home, it's something that you live for as an athlete, and especially as a Ranger, to win big games in that building.
You took this town over. I mean, you took this country over from a hockey perspective, and maybe even brought hockey back to the level where it's now in a direction, again, growing and vibrant. Everybody can't wait for the season. Just a quick little, tell me what this season means to you, and do you have a little chip on your shoulder, or?
I think when I left town, you go back home, see friends, family, you get away from the game for 3-4 weeks, but then you slowly start thinking about upcoming season, and now, we're getting close to training camp, so mentally you're getting ready, physically you're getting ready, and I'm excited to see what we can do, but it's important that you mentally regroup, you start over. There's a lot of work ahead of us here to try to get into the playoffs and then try to go for it again, but you can't be too far ahead.
Yes.
So
3 more games than last year.
Exactly. We came up three wins short, but to even get to that point, there's so much work to be done, and you just need to be focused on training camp, get a good start, and then we go.
I don't like Henrik Lundqvist. I love Henrik Lundqvist. He is what New York athletes are all about. This next hookup is about a group of people that work extremely hard every day and don't always get the credit they deserve. I'm talking about New York's strongest. Well, this story is about two sanitation workers that were just doing their job and doing it well. And they took it upon themselves to do the right thing. So I decided to hook up both of them and their families and took them to Yankee Stadium. You're both 20 plus years in the sanitation department of New York. You're in Staten Island, going through your normal routine, and all of a sudden, you smell some smoke. And how fast did you react? How fast were you on it?
Well, very fast, because like I said, first we smelled the smoke, we knew it wasn't the truck, and when I saw the smoke over the house, I knew something was on fire. So I called him, we ran to the corner, we saw the fire, and then we ran right to where the
Now, were there
was.
people in the houses?
Yes, they were.
I was working at the time, it was 7:30 in the morning. I got a call saying that our house was on fire and we're losing everything. I got a call from another one of my neighbors saying, you know, don't want to make light of this, you know, the house is, it's bad. The two sanitation guys were en route. They were on our block. They saw the smoke, they saw the fire. I mean, they'll definitely have more input of what they did.
We started ringing doorbells because there was a row of about 6 attached homes, and the fire was to the far right, and we started to the left, and we started ringing the doorbells, and a few of those people didn't even know the attached homes were on fire.
Painful ride home from Brooklyn to Staten Island, sitting in traffic, and you know, and not knowing what's going on at my house. And I go home, and it's worse than I thought. You know, it's a 4-alarm fire, 133 firefighters. You know, my wife, my kids outside, pajamas, slippers. You know, and that's it. And so, bad day.
Amazingly, one of the houses they tried to save actually belonged to another member of the sanitation department. Did you know it was your friend's house as well?
No,
or?
no, we didn't know at all.
No, we didn't know one of the houses was actually, you know, a co-worker of us who also works for the department.
When I found out that it was two sanitation guys that came, knocked on doors and helped assist in getting everybody out of the houses. And I just thought it was a shock. It was ironic that, you know, here I am on sanitation. Those two guys came to help out, and that was great. That was great. I mean, it really is a phenomenal thing. And, you know, that's what we do on sanitation. We might not be NYPD or FDNY, but we're here to help protect, do whatever we could do to, you know, and that's what they did. Not even knowing that I'm on sanitation and I'm in the department, they just acted and they did what they did, you know, and it's a great thing. Everything that everybody did. We didn't lose any lives. We didn't lose no animals. Everybody alive, everybody okay. And, you know, I'm grateful for that. Love it.
I wanted to give these guys the treatment they deserve. So on top of a Yankee game, I also hooked their kids up with a baseball clinic hosted by Doc Gooden and Cecil Fielder. Are you enjoying a day like this at Yankee Stadium and your kids meeting the players? What's that mean to you?
Yes. I think the New York Yankee organization is a class act. It's a great thing what they're doing. Even though we are Met fans, I love being here. I've come here a lot of times, and it's a really nice day, and we really appreciate it.
No problem. That won't make it on the show. But so tell me, I mean, how is it fun being here at Yankee Stadium with your kids? And
It's an absolute thrill. It is an absolute thrill to see my daughter on the field playing catch with Doc Gooden. It's an amazing feeling.
well, thanks for all the good work you do. Really, really appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Pleasure.
Thank you. All right, don't go away because we've got more with the great Derek Jeter when we return.
Reliable starters, an amazing farm system, incomparable closers, and championship rings. This is NYY Steak, straight from the legendary stadium to the heart of Manhattan at 7 West 51st Street.
Celebrate Derek's legendary career with this commemorative final season bat from Steiner Sports. Each bat features the official final season logo and engraving with his career statistics. Reserve yours for just $199.99. And for a limited time, you can also receive an exclusive Derek Jeter final season baseball with Yankee pinstripe stitching and a custom display case. Visit SteinerSports.com or call 800-759-SCORE today.
Welcome back. Well, it's time for part two with our conversation with the captain. What else can you say about a relationship that's gone on for 18 years? A partnership, a friendship, a relationship that goes way above and beyond anything I could have ever imagined. So, we go to my conversation with the captain in Midtown in the last week of his career. Let's move to a little word association because I want to crank through a few things. Tell me what the first thing that comes to your mind. Joe Torre.
The best. He's, he's like a second father to me. He's gave me an opportunity to play, and I have the utmost respect for him.
Andy Pettitte.
Andy's a gamer. I mean, he's a guy, he didn't care how he felt. He wants to be out there in big games, and we relied on him probably more than any starting pitcher that I've played with.
Mariano Rivera.
It's over. I mean, he's the best closer of all time. I mean, we played together since we were 18, since I was 18 years old. Mo's a lot older than me. Since I was 18 years old, we played together. So we have a special bond.
Michael Jordan, what's the bond there?
Well, I first met Michael when he was playing baseball. I was in the Arizona Fall League, and he was out there, and I just crossed paths briefly. And I was shocked that he knew who I was, because it's Michael Jordan, you know what I mean? And, obviously being associated with Brand Jordan throughout the years, we've gotten closer and closer. He's like a big brother to me now. We're extremely close.
Who's the Yankee? Well, Tony Fernandez, did you have a relationship with him as you took his job?
Not much of one. I came up for 2 weeks in '95 when he was hurt, and then when he came back, they sent me back down, and then I was up in September, and then spring training a little bit, but he broke his arm. He was playing second base, so not much. I don't know Tony well. He really treated me well, but I don't know him too good.
Was it a surprise to you in '96 actually find yourself starting going into the season versus where you ended up in the middle of the season, or did you think about that? Or?
Well, they had mentioned that I was going to be the starter, but I always looked at it as I had to win a job, so I never take anything for granted. And I really didn't have a great spring training, and then Tony broke his arm, and I think they were pretty much stuck with me.
When you think about the core four, going back to them, I always hear different things from Mariano, or I hear something from Posada, but did you guys have this kind of pact? Did you have this?
Well, I didn't play with Andy too much in the minor leagues until the end of 1994 when I was in the minor leagues. I played with him. Jorge, we got close in '95 when we were both in AAA. Mo, I played with the longest. But I think we all had the same attitude, the same demeanor. I think you can tell that right away. We never made excuses. We wanted to win. We played hard, and I never had to worry about those guys.
Solid, except for that one time when Mo got lit up and then you went down to the minors. Did you give him a hard time about that, or? Yeah,
I did. We both cried, man. I mean, it's a true story. When I got called up in '95, Mo got called up as well, and he was a starter back then. So he got lit up, and they sent us both down, I think, for punishment on the same day. So we went back to the hotel, and we were crying and saying that we were going to be back, and we got to keep working hard, and we made it back.
Well, that's it for this episode. It's been a blessing for me to do these hookups. And if you know someone that needs a hookup, please write me on my Facebook page or go to steinersports.com. And until next time, we'll see you soon.
Celebrate Derek Jeter's legendary career with this commemorative final season bat from Steiner Sports. Each bat features the official final season logo and engraving with his career statistics. Reserve yours today for just $199.99. And check out our exclusive Yankees Legends Bat Series honoring Joe Torre, Paul O'Neill, Tino Martinez, Jorge Posada, and Bernie Williams at steinersports.com or call 800-759-SCORE today.